This is part 5 of the last day of summer. He grabbed the handle along with Otto. The door shimmered when they pulled together, a vibration that traveled all the way up their arms and then opened so suddenly with an unsticking feel, like tearing loose a strip of silent Velcro. Not thinking much of it, they ran inside. Neither of them kept the door from banging shut behind them, so both tensed for Grandma's inevitable. Y'all know better than to be slamming doors in my house, except it didn't come. She got worried. Otto too. He yelled, Grandma? They were breathing out too loud, and their pulses thumped in their ears, so Grandma's response was hard to hear. It wasn't the yelling they expected and often deserved, but her calm, soothing voice, what they'd come to think of as a bad news voice. Boys, come in the kitchen and try not to be alarmed. All right now? Grandma? She'd called, nervous as he turned the corner. She stood still at the stove with her back to them like she always did when making her bangin' macaroni and cheese and also banging but in a lesser way collard greens. Usually when she cooked, the food had the house smelling some kind of good. And they'd scheme ways to get early spoonful of banana pudding and sneak a slice of sweet potato pie. At that moment, they didn't smell a thing. She knew Grandma had ailments, but his stomach twisted, thinking she must be having a spell to be standing up so stiff and talking so low. Grandma, what's wrong? Is it your sugar? No, baby. Grandma took her insulin. What about your blood pressure? Nah, I don't believe it's that. Neither did Otto. His stomach twisted for different reasons, taking in all the little things that weren't right about the scene. Boys, I'm so glad that you two are able to move. Thank the Lord, Grandma said. I think the county acting up somehow, though it ain't never done something like this before. She'd circled to Grandma's left, Otto to her right, until they saw her pouring broth into a soup pot. The stream of brownish liquid in her clear measuring cup was not moving, even though the cup tipped well past the point where gravity should have emptied it. Instead, it looked like something solid was connecting the measuring cup to the pot. The only time Otto ever saw liquid look like that was in, he gulped, is in pictures of waterfalls. A snapshot where the water was frozen forever. The flames under the pot weren't flickering. They were still like paintings of flames. She'd watched Grandma's unblinking eyes and unmoving lips. She snapped her fingers in front of her face. Grandma? Don't put your hands in people's faces, boy, she said. It's rude. He snatched his hand back. It was her voice, but slightly parted lips didn't move. Grandma, why are you talking like a ventriloquist? The sound of the word ventriloquist sent an additional shiver down Otto's spine. Bad memories of their ninth adventure that summer when they took down the dastardly dummy of Dinos. But Sheed was right. Grandma spoke like she was throwing her voice. It appeared that was the only way she could speak.